Friends, and I am raw to the bone. Happy fucking Monday, y'all. I didn't think I was going to be on here until about 9 o'clock this morning or sometime after that because I had a steerco meeting at work. But I went to log on for my steerco meeting and come to find out it was canceled. And I'm kind of relieved because those C-level meetings be stressing me. But in the meantime, between time, I got to start y'all off with the positive vibes of the day because that is what I do. When I say it's going to be a good day, it's going to be a good day. We have to make it that way. All
Step
right.
one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun.
Hey.
Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, yo. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts and poison they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken. I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up,
Good morning,
today's
baby.
gonna be a good day. Wake up,
Monday.
today's gonna be a good day.
I thought I was gonna be late.
Today's gonna be
My
a
meeting
good
was
day.
canceled,
Wake
y'all.
up,
Today's
today's
gonna be
gonna
a
be
good
a
day.
good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a 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 good
And it is.
day. Wake up, really gonna ride the sun. Step two, get some food in you. Step three, grow hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Hey. Good morning, everyone. Happy freaking Monday. I'm so excited to hear what you guys did for the weekend. I had a nice weekend. It was a weekend of adventure. I also got some time to continue the cleaning of my house. I'm not going to call it spring cleaning because Lord knows I do not go through this every season. I don't care. I'm not ashamed. But my closets and my drawers, I mean, like, I don't know who else is living this life where they can't get shit. They can't get shit else in their closet and they can't get shit else in their drawers, right? But when you go to look for something to wear, you wear the same shit over and over and over again. Do you ever wonder what the fuck is in the bottom of your drawers? Like, because you wash clothes, you put your shit back in the drawer and you still grabbing, well, at least me, I grab the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. There's workout clothes that I never touch. Why the fuck do I have them? Right? I mean, there's bins under my bed that I keep stuffing shit in. I don't know what's at the bottom of the bins, right? Shit in my drawers. I can't close my drawers. You know when you go to close your drawer and your drawer don't close because some shit is stuck in the back of your drawer because your drawer was too full, so shit fell in the back of your drawer. So you can't even close your fucking drawer. You know, some people say I have a walk-in closet, but you can't walk the fuck in it because all my bags and all my shoes are at the bottom of the closet. Because initially when I start my closet, I pile all my good bags, put them in the dust bags, and put them at the top of my closet. Well, I'm short. So every time I have to go get a chair, because I don't have a ladder in my house, don't judge me. I have to go get a fucking chair, stand on the chair, get a bag, take it out the dust bag. And then when I'm finished using the bag, I'm thinking, I got to go and get a chair to put it back in its dust bag, to put it back up at the top. So what normally happens is they stay at the bottom. And then about a month later, you can no longer step into my closet. It's ridiculous. And you know what? I want to say that it contributes to the mindset, right? There's a reason why I'm going where I'm going. You know, for me, you have a step ladder. Okay, I have a little step stool that Theo got me. Thank God, because funny thing, true story, we were on the show and I can't reach anything in my cabinet. So the top shelf of my cabinets used to be empty. And people laugh at me because they're like, why is the top of your closet, your kitchen cabinet's empty? I'm like, what the fuck need to go up there? I can't reach it unless I climb on the cabinet and my knees be hurting and shit. Well, I made this announcement on the show one day, and Theodore Carter, yes, our resident life coach, HR executive, drove the fuck past my house and dropped me off a step stool so I could get my shit together. Because I was like, wait a minute. Now, not that I couldn't afford to go buy a step stool. You know, there's just some shit that I just refused to buy. And that was one of them. Okay. So, needless to say, I've been working on organization, because one of the things that I find when my house is unorganized, good morning, Brandilla and Ghost, bite me. One of the things that does not work for me is clutter, right? I felt like I started to feel like I was suffocating, right? You know, sometimes it lends to mental illness. You don't know. You know, sometimes I feel like when my house is out of order, I can't think right. I don't feel completely myself, right? And so I have said to myself, self, get your shit together, right? I know you're overwhelmed and you got a lot of shit going on. And I'm getting to the point where I got so much shit going on that I'm pushing shit aside or whatever the case may be. And I'm neglecting some things, right? And so I said to myself, you know what? Me being an overthinker, me being, I have a work ethic like a beast. So if I say I'm going to organize my closets, the old Robin would think I needed to do all of that in one day. Good morning, Ansel Jones. But no more. Now I give myself time limits. I'm like, okay, I'm going to spend 2 hours in this room and I'm going to do this. Next day, I'm going to spend another 2 hours in the next room and I'm going to do this. And so that's what I've been doing. And so far, I got through my bedroom closet. I got through my dresser and my long, big dresser and my tall dresser. I got through both of those, right? Now I need to mosey my way into this room that I'm sitting in, my coffee with friends / my office / my guest room. And I need to go through, I have a whole dresser in here that is full to the max. And I don't wear half the shit in this dresser. I don't even go in some of these drawers. And so what I've committed to doing is, if I have not worn it in the last season or two, I'm closing my eyes and I'm just throwing it in a bag. I got 4 big black bags right now in the hallway. 2 of them are filled with shoes and boots. 2 of them are filled with clothes, and I got more shit to go through. I'm going to load up my car and drive the shit. I didn't go through them. I didn't pick through them. I didn't decide what was good, what wasn't. Let Goodwill decide what the fuck they want to keep and what they don't. I'm piling up all these bags, and I'm driving them over to Goodwill, and I'm dropping them the fuck off. That's it, right? And I can tell you already that my mind, right, feels so much lighter Even though I'm not finished, but the mere fact that I got through my bedroom, my mind feels so much lighter. Like sometimes when your life is crazy and you have a lot of things going on in your mind and you can't get your shit together, sometimes it show up in your house. Now, if you came to my house, you wouldn't see it because it's my closets and my drawers, right? My house itself is clean and neat, right? But it shows up in my closet and my drawers. And so just something for y'all, a little tidbit to food, right? If you're going through something and your mind is bogged down with things, and you're troubled and you're finding that you have clutter in your house, start small baby steps. Start cleaning up that clutter in your house and let me know how it makes your mental state feel. I know mine, it feels a lot lighter, right? I was able to sleep last night in my room. It felt lighter. It didn't feel so heavy. And so that's my advice to you this morning. Thank you, Theo, the life coach. Good morning, Johnny Leon Hill. So what the fuck did y'all do this weekend besides me cleaning out my closets? I did other stuff. Friday night, I went into the city, met a friend. We had drinks and shit. It was really nice. I enjoyed her company. It was cool. Then I went back into the city because the same friend was celebrating a birthday that week. And Sai Abdullah on here threw a magnificent surprise birthday party. And it was just so beautiful, y'all. Like, it was very intimate, right? Close friends. And it was just special, right? I often hope that, I have some friends like that, but not many. And when you have friends that take your special moments, right? And they make them even more special, right? And it's a surprise. It was beautiful, y'all. And the restaurant, Sai is not on here right now, but the restaurant, I'm going back. I'm going back again. I just want to sit at the bar and have drinks. The place was fly. I love the decorations. It was so many photo ops. Y'all know me. I take photos, slow walks, all kind of shit. It has so much opportunity for me to be busting a lot of photo moves in there. And so I'm going to take my little ass back. And it wasn't far either. Like when I say far, it's in New York City. But when I get off my bus, I could walk, I love it. I love it. So that's what I did for the weekend. Sunday, I chilled. Well, Sunday, I continued to clean out my drawers. I did all my laundry. Not only did I do my laundry, I folded the shits and I put them the fuck away. That's an accomplishment, y'all, because motherfuckers, clothes are sit in a basket for days and weeks. Ansel says you have people in your life in order next see how much time you spend on yourself. Good one, Ansel. Hillbilly said my daughter's college roommate is in for a week. Okay. Johnny said I can't deal with clutter, and it's so true. Every time my world is out of whack, it shows up in my house, and as soon as I clean it, I feel so much better. I try to pass that on to my children. Yes. That's why they be like, when people are depressed, you can see it in their house, the way they, their clothes, they're wearing their clothes, how their hair looks, because, it's like we just push stuff aside. We don't care, right? And life be lifing, right? So if you find your house getting cluttered and you start to lose focus, don't think that you have to take on uncluttering your house in one shot, right? Do it in piecemeal. Because I used to try to be like, okay, Sunday is the day I'm doing my whole shit. And I would be frustrated, exhausted, aggravated, mad. But now I don't do that. I be like, I'm going to spend 2 hours in here and get through what I can. What I can't, I'm going to dedicate another day and come in here and do another 2 hours. I live here. What am I fucking rushing for? And so I found that I actually enjoyed doing the cleanup yesterday. I did. Oh, wait, y'all, I'll be back. I got to get a paper towel. Okay, so now today is Monday, July 10th. Wait a minute, y'all. Where the fuck is my phone? How many days do we have before our Cancun summer soiree? Our summer soiree in Cancun at CocoCon All Adult Resort, all inclusive. Liquor is in your room. You can drink as much of it as you want to. Now, one of the things that I do want to say is I did share in the email, right? I'm going to be sending out several emails. I'm going to be sending out several emails that lead up to the trip. Okay. But one of the things that someone on the show reminded that we needed, and I did send down the email. I don't know if you guys are reading my emails, but I suggested a couple of things in the emails, right? And one of the things that I suggested is order yourself a portable carbon monoxide. Okay. I am going to be I'm going to order me one. I put, I believe in the last email I sent, I put a suggestion to go to Amazon and get the carbon monoxide, right? All you have to do is order the portable carbon monoxide. When you get to your room, you plug it in, right? We don't want no problems, right? You know, there has been reports that in some resorts, the carbon monoxide level wasn't right. These are the things that we don't know. These are all the unknowns, but to protect ourselves, right? And to be in the know and to have preventative measures in place, being that I invited you on this trip, I am suggesting that you spend an additional $20, okay? And get yourself a portable carbon monoxide. I expect everybody to have one plugged into their rooms. Spend the $20, guys, okay? Spend it. Thank you, Valerie. I'm glad you're reading it. The other thing, it's just a suggestion, right? And I'm going to carry one because I never really traveled. I never traveled by myself to a point where I was in an international country, where I traveled internationally by myself, where I actually stayed in a room by myself. I'm not afraid to stay in a room by myself, but for extra security purposes, they have the little portable extra security locks for your room in case women or men, you feel uncomfortable, you're a little bit afraid, right? Amazon also has those. You can just search on portable locks, travel locks for your hotel room, and they're little things that you stick in your door so no one can get into your door. Okay, I'm not worried about Jerry Angel because I'm sure you'll read it for him. Okay, and so make sure you guys are taking all of my advice and you're following through, especially the carbon monoxide, please. Okay, $19. Y'all can spend it. Spend the fucking $20. Okay, that is my recommendation. Now, as far as the countdown, what do we have? 30 days, 29 days, 30 days. We are 30 days away from, for me, 30 days and 22 hours. The fuck? Depends on how early your flight is in the morning, right? We have 30 days exactly away from this trip. So for me, I'm in rush mode, y'all. I got to pull out, the bags. I got to pull out all the gift bags. I got to be prepared, y'all. I do. Okay? I'm just the fuck saying. I'm just saying. So, again, make sure in my emails, I indicated, make sure you pack white. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. I have some ideas, Some of y'all might be like, oh shit, right? Because keep in mind, we are going to Cancun and we are going on vacation, but this is still Coffee with Friends and this is still a healing platform, right? So some of our gatherings and conversations might be around Coffee with Friends after dark. It might just be based on some general topic, but every now and again we are going to touch point because that's what this platform is about. It's about healing. It's about expanding our population of people, getting with like-minded people that want to do the same thing. And then it's about having fun, right? So 30 more days, y'all. I can't wait to see y'all bitches. That's it and that's all. But we're going to get into the positive thought of the day before we get into the topic. The topic today is very interesting because, I saw it scroll across social media about a week ago. And then I had to talk about it to myself for a while. And then I mentioned it at the surprise party to a population of people to see what their thoughts are on it. And I wanted to bring it here because, I think we need to play around and learn what the difference is, right? I'm still struggling with it, but that's why I'm here. I'm here to learn, all right? I don't know everything. Just because I'm the talking head and just because sometimes I come up with the topics does not mean I know it, right? But in the meantime, between time, today is July 10th. July is the month of understanding. Okay? July 10th. I will gain more understanding when I realize little creatures can teach me big lessons. Like run the fuck. Few people appreciate mice. To most of us, they are dirty, annoying little creatures who destroy property and invade our personal space. A mouse will make its way through the smallest of openings to come into your home and help itself to the best you have to offer, leaving its droppings behind. Ever try to catch a mouse? They will dodge your broom as they scurry into a hole you never knew existed, leaving you out of breath and out of control. Then there is another side of the mouse you may have never considered. Because mice are so small, they have the ability to get into places and to see things that other creatures can't. In other words, mice see opportunities that other creatures miss. At the same time, mice are a source of food for many other animals. For this reason, they must be very careful about how they move, where they move, and when they move. They don't eat from every hand. They must first know you and feel comfortable around you. Mice know that they must be flexible in order to get into and out of tight places safely. The mouse teaches us to pay attention to detail. Things like cheese in the trap. Mice know that these are details, which, if ignored, could cost you your hide. Caution in movement, focus of direction, scrutiny of association, flexibility. The mouse teaches us that it is possible to move in and out of the experiences of our lives without being trapped. The key is to be aware of what you are doing at all times. What you are doing at all times. Until today, you may not have had a healthy appreciation of the skills of mice. Just for today, set aside any dislike of little creepy things. Instead, examine how their example can help you. Today, I am devoted to moving with caution, focusing on what I am doing and to scrutinizing everything and everyone, including myself. Wow. Yes, Ghost. Thank you. Everybody, give me the thumbs up, y'all. What did y'all think about the positive thought? Flexibility, scrutiny, about the people you trust in your life, being able to move quickly, adjust, not falling for traps, paying attention to detail. How are you with the positive thought today? Are many of you like mice? I wasn't. I am now. I think I'm a little bit more closer to a mouse now, right? I am flexible, right? I pay attention. There used to be a side of me that would flip off at the mouth as soon as something happens, right? But now I have learned to stand and pay attention and watch, right? And see what's happening around me, not being so trusting like the mouse. The mouse don't eat out of everybody's hand, right? So you as a human being, why do you trust and express your most intimate moments to everybody you see, everybody you know? Right? And I'm not saying everybody does that, but there's a population of people that might have met somebody yesterday or the day before, and all of a sudden they get so comfortable that they tell all their business, right? Where the mouse is sitting back and observing, trying to figure out, bitch, I got to figure out who the fuck you are before I eat that shit, right? How many of us fall into traps, into bad, toxic relationships, friendships, not just talking about significant others, friendships and shit. We fall into traps, right? Because it looked good, right? We see the little bait floating around there, look good, and so we're attracted to it, and then we get smashed the fuck up, right? Now, I sit and I watch and I pay attention. And even though deep inside of me, because my more talkative self, my more jump out the box and double middle finger your ass self is still there, right? But I'm trying to calm her. I'm trying to move a little bit different. I'm trying to move with observation. I'm trying to move with a little bit of quietness so that I can hear their noise. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying attention to detail, right? I also used to be the type of person that felt like I needed to have a conversation of clarity. And sometimes I do, right? But first I watch. And I try to determine, is my conversation of clarity even worth it if I see how you moving? Sometimes things are said when they're unsaid. And I'm learning to pay attention to that too. Right? July is the month of understanding. And today's positive thought talked about the mouse. How small creatures can teach us a lot of things, right? A lot of things. And another thing that I'm learning in my life right now is patience. Yesterday I smiled at myself. Good morning, mother. Yesterday I smiled at myself. And Ansel Jones, you ain't lying. I smiled at myself because y'all don't know, like y'all see me on social media and I have all this energy and shit like that, but I always admit on here that I suffer with anxieties, right? And some people laugh about anxiety. Some people say it's all in a person's head. And you know what? It frustrates me because, when people used to drill down to me, it was all in my head. I started to believe that. And I was like, why the fuck is this shit in my head? But as I began to learn and unpack anxiety, fuck them people, right? I have anxiety and it's the worst thing. Like, I never understood. Like, I remember people who said that they hated dealing with anxiety. Anxiety was hard to live with. And I was like, how hard could it be? Until I got them, right? Until I got them. Right? Simple shit like waking up in the morning and knowing all the things that I have to do. It was hard for me to prioritize these things and say, I got to do this, then this, then this. All I saw in front of me was a bunch of things I needed to do, and I was attacking them in odd orders just to get them done. And I was stressing myself the fuck out. I was having little minor anxiety attacks. But now I have learned to give myself a time limit. You got all of these things to do, Robin. Dedicate an hour for this. Dedicate 2 hours for this. I'm not fucking killing myself. And I smiled at myself this weekend because I looked at my closet and it looks good. I looked at my dresser drawers and they look good. I had a large order that I needed to complete for the barbershop. Y'all know that I have Essentially Raw, the body butter business, which I'm falling behind in because I can't keep up with everything. So people, please have patience with me, right? I had an order of 25 jars of beard butter that I needed to make to take to the barbershop, right? And this man ordered this weeks ago. Okay. And with everything that's going on, I was like, I'm coming. Good thing he's like family. But that's not how you conduct business, right? But when you're a one-man band, shit get hard. Okay. So yesterday I got up early in the morning. I prepped my beer butter blend. And I busted out the order for the beer butters, got in my car, dropped them off at IME Barbershop. Now, I do make beer butters, but they are exclusively sold out of the IME Barbershop. I do not make them and sell them on my page. They are only to be sold at the barbershop, right? That's the deal I made with the barbershop, okay? And so I sell my beard butters out of the barbershop. All my other body butters that are available is on my website, Essentially Raw. Follow me. All right. And so I had a hectic weekend, but I smiled at myself because I was able to accomplish all of that. All right. But let's move on to today's topic as I'm celebrating this morning a little bit because I thought I was going to be late this morning because I had a C-level meeting, a monthly stair code that I was supposed to have this morning. But when I logged on, I saw that my executive management canceled the meeting because some of the C-levels are on vacation. And I'm okay with that. Because that meeting, you know, when you got to meet with the CTOs, the CFO, the CEO, it be nerve-wracking because you know what the fuck they asked for the last stair code. And I'm going into this stair code and some of the stuff is just not there, right? And you know, they're very nice. The CEO and the CTO, the CFO, they're very, very nice. They come across very nice, but still, they want what the fuck they want when they want it. So I'm glad we might have another month of grace. And I'm not going to be in the office because I'm going to be in Cancun for the next stair code. So they said they're going to move it for me. I was like, don't. Y'all can have it without me. All right, y'all. Topic of the day. I'm putting the guest link up here because I don't have the answer to this. I don't have the answer to this, but I'm going to throw the topic out today and you guys tell me what this means to you. All right? Raised from love versus survival. What is the difference? Is there a difference? Raised from love versus survival. What's the difference? Good morning, Juanita. What's the difference? And it doesn't mean, for me, it doesn't mean that survival didn't have love necessarily. But let's talk about what the difference is. Hey, Ghost, glad you on so I can heat up my coffee. What love versus good morning. Raised from love versus survival, Casablanca. Damn it. The fuck?
Man, that's just like growing up rich versus growing up poor. You grow up with money, you bound to be raised with more love. You grow up poor, I mean, you got to survive. Easiest way to look at it for me. Man, I smoked creamer yesterday too. Make some coffee, peanut.
Man, you're actually a coffee drinker.
Man,
I
I'm
mean, I
on
can go make
live.
it for you, but I guarantee you it's not gonna be to your standards because I'm not a coffee drinker, and I don't brew coffee. Though. I mean, I did work at McDonald's and have to brew coffee, but what I'm saying is,
Man, you on that bullshit.
I mean,
All right. What are we saying? I had to heat up my coffee. Sorry.
I said like is like pretty much growing up with money versus growing up without money. Like, you know, if you grow up with money, you know, your parents ain't got that much care going on. Well, they still got, you know, care in the world, but life is easier. You know what I'm saying? So they feel better about themselves, they can actually raise you with love type shit. And, you know, when you broke, the only thing you know is survival. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean, there's still love coming in that survival, you know what I'm saying, way of being raised as well. But, you know, more than anything, teach you how to, you know what I'm saying, get through what you gotta get through.
Okay. Hillbilly said, love will get you cozy and warm in a perfect world. Survival lets you survive in any world. Valerie said, I was raised out of love, but I can't answer this. Anybody else? Raised from love versus survival. What does that mean? And it doesn't mean that because you were in survival, you didn't get love, but y'all
Yeah.
know what I'm trying to say, right? Like for me, I feel like I was raised out of survival. I did have love, but I was definitely raised out of survival. And what I mean by that is, you know, for me, we were poor growing up, right? And my mom was a single mom, right? And she had to keep the lights on in the house. So, you know, where you see these kids, some of these kids today, that parents work, they come home, take them to their baseball games, take them to their friend's house for play dates, take them here, take them there, spend time with them in Great Adventure, take summer trips with them, you know, spend a lot of time with their kids. You know, that's the love part. They're spending the time, they're carving out the time. But when I grew up poor, we didn't have that. We didn't have the ability for me to be dropped off at sports games and shit like that. We were latchkey kids, right? Because our parents, my mother was working. She worked daytime as a caterer at a catering company at the airport, and then at nighttime she ran numbers, right, to keep the lights on, right? And when my brother was born, I was my brother's caretaker while my mother ran numbers at night, right? And so when you're in a routine like that, you don't get like the hugs, the constant hugs, and the vacations together, and the I love yous. And it's not because they don't love you, it's because the constant thought of keeping the fucking lights on in the house removed some of the affection, like the outright affection and the time that we spent with our mother, because we were surviving, right? And that's what I call being raised out of survival for me. Versus like when I look at my grandchildren, their parents are engaged in their activities, you know, they're taking vacations together, you know, they're taking them to the park and they're spending that time, they're hugging them, they're saying I love you more, or whatever the case may be. Whereas growing up, for me, it was different. How does this play out in your adult life when it comes your turn to show love in a relationship with a significant other or your children? Deb said, I agree 100%. Angel at Deb. What did Deb say? Let me go up. Deb said, I feel like an argument can be made for the opposite as well. Let's argue. Let's debate it both ways. At Angel Gibson, I 100% agree. The opposite is a very strong argument, in my opinion. What's the opposite? Bring it here. Pat said, hey, Ghost, how do you explain I grew up feeling loved and rich, yet my sister always felt poor?
I mean, at the same time, the only way I would think that happened, you know, in my opinion, is that your sister was probably jealous or you felt like you were your parents' favorite. You got more love than she did. Maybe she was materialistic. You know what I'm saying? She wanted stuff that she couldn't get. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you weren't materialistic. Maybe you were just happy with everything that you had. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I love
from with that question, that's the only way I could possibly see that.
I love that. Thumbs up, y'all. I love that answer though. Hillbilly said, love creates groups to survive with. Survival creates loners or smaller groups.
True.
Break that down, Hillbilly. I like that. Break that down. Right? So when, that's why I say, how does it affect you? How does it affect your adult life? Right? And so, Hillbilly, I see a lot of people that claim to be loners. Right? Where does that come from? It's a great point. Where does that come from? Johnny said, I don't think that these are mutually exclusive. I can say I was raised out of both. I was raised with love and survival. My mom worked 2 jobs, but never lacked in the love department. Right? And so I want to elaborate on that, Johnny, because my mother is on here and I don't want to offend her. I didn't mean that she didn't love us, because she definitely loved us. That's why she was running numbers and working to keep the lights on and to feed us. So she definitely loved us. The love was there, but it showed up as survival. That's what I mean. Like for me, I'm going to give you an example. My son, when he was in his late 20s, said something to me, right? We were arguing and he said, you were never there for me. Every time I turned around, you were gone. Work was more important to you. This was in his late 20s. Work was more important to you. He was mad. He was furious. Tears was running down his eyes in his 20s. You didn't hug me. You never told me you loved me. And me, I'm like, I love you. I kept a roof over your head. What are you talking about? That motherfucker needed I love you. He needed a couple of hugs. You understand what I'm saying? And my argument to him was, I did love you. What the fuck are you talking about? And then I had to stop. And I was like, hold up, Robin. You're arguing because you're defining the love that you gave to him based on survival, based on your need to keep a roof over his head, based on the need to keep food in his stomach. But as a child, they're not equating that at the time with love. They're equating that with, that's what my mother and father are supposed to do, right? They're supposed to feed us. They're supposed to this. But in my son's case, he wanted to hear I love you. He wanted them fucking hugs, because what happened to him is he felt like he was moving with very little affection and he couldn't figure out why. And so that's why I said, how does it affect your adult life, right? And when I asked this question over the weekend to another population of people, some of them stood up and said, I'm not affectionate as an adult. I never was exposed to it as a child, and I didn't need it as an adult. So affection makes me very uncomfortable. How does it affect you? Let me go up. Johnny said, Hillbilly said, mom hugs and nurture. Dads teach the hard way. Key lessons. That's why both are important. That part, Hillbilly, right? And that's why the single woman is such a challenge. The single mother is such a challenge, because what ultimately happens is, in my case, the nurturing went right the fuck out the window. I became the provider, the protector. And that is all I focused on, was making sure the fucking lights was on. Okay? And the nurturing part was pushed aside. Right? And then when my son got older, I was like, damn, man, you don't got what the fuck is wrong with you? You're not nurturing. And then when we had this argument, I was like, yo, this shit passes. The story. Valerie, in what way? Valerie said those raised out of survival outlook might be different. Anybody want to break that down? How is the outlook of someone raised out of survival different? Theo said, I think the love may show up differently. Love was shown through provision, so the time given may have been limited. I think you can be raised with both, but do our children receive that? Do they? Because mine didn't. See, Pat gave you a bingo ghost because you can't you be coming in with some shit. I'm gonna slap the fuck out of you when I see you in November.
What? What kind of shit?
Mm-hmm. When I say that, that mean that's all love. When I slap the fuck out of you, that's love. I slap the fuck out of you. Deb said we grew up poor. My mom worked excessively and went to school full time, but there was never a time I didn't feel love. She made countless sacrifices for us, and for me, that was growing up in love. I went to school with numerous wealthy kids whose parents had money, and by talking to them, you would think they grew up under a bridge. One young lady said they were only occupied with making money. Well, Deb, I was going to say, some people in the rich element, you see how these motherfuckers be trying to become independent minors, trying to run from their rich ass parents because their rich ass parents, even though they have money, they don't be feeling no fucking love and they be ready to go. So I agree with that. Deb said they didn't feel the love. They felt the pressure of keeping grades up. They were being kept by nannies. And I don't think that they got hugs and daily I love yous. And from their standpoint, they feel like they were raised on survival, but that's their viewpoint. And they were. See, to me, survival doesn't necessarily mean you broke, right? A rich family still trying to maintain their legacy, their mobile status is still in survival mode as far as I'm concerned. That's a great point. Hillbilly said, growing up, food wasn't a store-bought item. Cloth was bought instead of clothing. Cloth was bought instead of clothing. Because you made your own shit, Hillbilly. Hillbilly said, love has no grand stage in survival. Juanita said, my dad died when I was 4. My brother was 3, and my baby brother was 3 months. My mom loved us and was very affectionate with us. Affirmations and actions. She had to find work for us to be okay. Anzo, who was your question for? Was your back against the wall when you started? Who's that question for? Valerie said they are always in survival mode, meaning they feel as though they must always hustle to provide, work harder than others, so they have everything for themselves and families. Okay, Juanita, she hugged and kissed and supported us, even took time off of work to come to our events at school. So that's some love. Right? And love can be shown in various ways. Like I said, I don't want people on here to get offended because maybe you were a parent. Like for me, I thought I was showing love, and I was showing love, but my son didn't receive it as love when he was a child. He didn't receive the level of support I was giving him as love. He needed the affectionate love. Theo said, I think Deb's example hit it. Each child receives it differently. My sister and I felt it differently, but that also was because we had different fathers and my dad was around and hers wasn't. You know, great point. I often want to ask my brothers, right? Because I have one brother with my mom, right? And we were both raised by my mom, but we turned out different, right? I often want to ask my brother, how does he feel he was raised, in love or survival, and get his perspective. And then I want to ask my other 3 brothers who are my father's children from another woman. I want to ask them the same thing and see what their example would be. Hey, Shirley.
I didn't get that. Did you try again?
Theo said, so that also added to the experience we had doing with us being 7 years apart. Got it. What the hell is that noise?
They cutting the grass.
You better close the damn garage.
Garage is closed.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Valerie said, if they were raised out of survival, are they on survival mode all the time? Because that's what they've always seen, observed, and learned. I feel their coping mechanisms are instilled at a younger age. Valerie, you touched on something deep I might not be able to explain or unpack. That sounds like some therapy level shit, but that's a good one. I feel that their coping mechanisms are instilled at a younger age. So the coping mechanisms, is this where we develop coping mechanisms, and what do they look like? Yes, Juanita, that's what my son needed. My son needed affirmation and touch. He needed reassurance in a different way. And when this argument happened, I was hurt. I was disappointed in myself, right? Because for a minute I was arguing with him about the love that I showed him, but he was arguing with me about the love he didn't feel. And I had to stop myself and acknowledge feelings. I didn't want him to feel like I was invalidating his feelings because that's how he felt.
See, you felt like you showed it the way that you knew how. He just didn't receive it the way that he wanted it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or the way he felt like he needed it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's exactly what happened. Johnny said, not sure if I agree with that at Hillbilly. I think that while you are moving in survival mode, you can continue to move in love. I stay super busy, but I never slack on showing my kids affection. Good morning, Tunde. Pat said, feeling poor and poverty is relative. It is the individual mindset. I believe I was always an old soul with an empathetic mindset. I, for some people, for some reason, had compassion for my parents always. Wow, Pat. Even as a child?
Yeah.
Hi!
Hey,
Who is that?
my name's Chase, and I'm his son.
Wait, you said your name is what?
Chase.
Chase? I
Yeah.
love that. Hi, Chase.
Hey.
You hanging out with us today? We cuss. I just want to make sure, because you know, shit. Chase, you're cute. I can't believe that's your dad. But all right.
Oh wow. That's my whole twin. Like
The fuck? I'm just saying. And good morning, Peanut. Is that Peanut in the corner?
Good morning.
Yes. Woke up for the show. Yes, Peanut. Good morning. All right. Yes, it's Chase. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
You have to love people in their love language. Well, Tunde, at what age do you learn that? You have to love people in their love language. At what age do you learn that? Because does a kid know that? At what age do you learn that?
mm-hmm.
What age do you learn that? Because honestly, for me, I didn't love my parents for who they were and where they were until I was in my 30s.
But see, it's like whenever you get older, it's like, and you go through life itself, and you experience some of them situations yourself. That's when you start to reflect back and start to think like, damn, okay, I get it now. I understand. You know what I'm saying? I didn't when I was younger because I ain't been through shit. I ain't done nothing. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
The older you get, the more you know.
Yeah. That's true. I love
That's why they got that saying that if I knew now, if I knew back then what I know now, you know, things would be different. But you know, you go through what you go through for a reason.
Exactly. Right? Exactly. That's why, you know, entering your, you know, thinking back and reflecting on all the shit that you've gone through growing up as a child, right? You know, it goes, you hit the nail on the head for me because it wasn't until I got in my 30s and life was fucking me up. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, well, damn. That's when I started to deep dive into who my parents were and, you know, the history behind my parents. And even still to this day, My mother be dropping deuces on me, and I be like, what? You still got stories? Like, she be dropping some stories on me, and I be crying inside for her. And the sad thing about it is, Pat, that's on here, know a lot of stories because they grew up, right? And so when they're together and Pat, my mother is telling the story and Pat chimes in and finishes the story, I'm like, wow, this shit really did fucking happen. Like, y'all really went through some shit like that. And you grow in appreciation for who your parents are, and you try to understand what they've been through, right? And you try to love them from that place. That's my story. Deb said, when it comes to kids, my hats are off to parents because you don't get a manual for raising them. So you operate in the best way you know how. Like, how would you feel supported oh, did I skip something? Shit. I did. The best way you know how. The sad part is you don't know if that's what they need. And you're right. Deb, you're absolutely right. You don't know what they need. And me, when I was raising my son, I raised him at 16. I was out there by myself. I ended up with my grandmother by the time I was 19, but for 4 years, I was kind of just out there. Tunde said, I feel like we never really explored it long enough to know. But us now, we can plant the seed by asking questions. Like, how would you feel supported in this moment? Yes, Tunde. We might never be able to answer the question as to what happens when you're raised out of survival versus love, right? But you're right. The one thing that we need to be honest with ourselves with and more open and forefront with is asking the question. What is it we need support in? Right? Now, in my healing journey aspect in my life, that's one of the things that I'm very vocal with now, because I found that I've had people in my life that love me for a portion of me, but don't want to support the things that I enjoy doing. And so I've come to the conclusion that no, I am no longer settling for relationships that only want to be here for a part of what's going on with me. Like, I need you to know how I feel and what kind of support I need at this moment in my life. And if you can't provide that level of support, I ain't going to be mad at you, right? But you can't be mad at me for saying this ain't it. Right? This ain't it. We have to learn to be more honest with ourselves. Learn the difference between survival and love, and learn that you can provide both. But the only way we learn this is through our learned lessons, because I certainly didn't know it until it slapped me in my fucking face. Oh, Tunde, what a fucking question. What lights you up more? What makes you feel loved most when? Wow, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I want to say when you show up for me. I don't know a specific thing, but that's important to me, Tunde, and that lights me up. Like, it could be small, the smallest shit. Like, I could need 4 cases of water and you surprise me and bring me 4 cases of water without me asking. Shit like that lights me up. And let me tell you why. Some people might be saying that shit is so small, but for all of my life, right, I've always been this independent woman, not by choice, right? And I've always had to do shit for myself. And so for me, I didn't have many people just show up for me. I've always had to show up for myself. So any gesture that shows that you're showing up for me, that shit lights me up. It does. And it could be the smallest fucking shit. It lights me up. So I'm going to say that. Valerie said, at Deb, I can agree with that. I read that your firstborn is your ride or die because they went through everything with you as you were figuring it out being a parent. I only have one, and he certainly is my ride or die, but we went through.
What you looking at me for?
We went through some stuff.
You said that, and he started staring at me.
What? Why? What he have to
Uh,
say?
nah, like you saying,
But what
yep.
is his Let him speak it. What's the for, Chase?
Saying like I'm the
Let
first
us
one.
hear.
I'm just saying like I'm the first one. I've been through everything with him. Him trying to figure out how to be.
Nah, you talking fast from you sound your accent is
Yeah,
heavy. Come closer.
you mumbling.
I'm not. I'm speaking up to
You talking fast.
You talking fast. Come here. Come closer.
Yeah, I was just looking at him because I'm his oldest. I'm his firstborn. So I was looking at him like I've been here this whole time. I've been being here watching him trying to be a parent and stuff like that, trying to adjust to me being in his life. I'm saying like I was here, you know. I'm like God,
And how does that make you feel, Chase?
made me feel good, made me feel confident for real.
Mm, I love that. So you feel that you get in love. You feel like you feel the love. You see the love coming from your dad.
Yeah,
I love that. Thank you for sharing that, Chase. That means everything to me.
you go.
I love that. Thank you, Ghost. Get it, Ghost.
So,
Shit. I'm proud of you, man.
thank you.
No, I'm serious, yo, because it almost brings tears to my eyes, man, because oh my God, I wish my son had that. That's really beautiful. I love that shit. Ansel said, I was raised in a military family. Tough love is different to everyone. What was your tough love like, Ansel? Johnny said, as a child, you look at your parents as parents and don't realize that they are people and life extends beyond just being your parents. You don't really appreciate your parents until you become an adult and a parent yourself. Woo, baby. And I think this is when the dynamics of me and my son's relationship changed. He 3 kids in, y'all, and he different. Them kids will show you. And you are so right, Johnny. The one thing that in my adult life, I understand this, but do kids understand this? You're right. We see these parents as parents. We're not thinking about the shit that they're going through. We're not thinking about the heartbreaks that they're going through with their men friends or their best friend. We're not thinking about the trauma that they have taken on from the childhood. We just looking at them as parents that need to be there for us. And we don't learn that until when we become adults. We become parents ourselves. And then we look back and we go, damn. How can we take these learned lessons and the things that we talk about and be better parents?
Johnny Wilder.
We got to give Ghost that Father of the Year mug to go with his velvet robe. He needed. The fuck he needed.
He talking about the velvet robe.
He needed, for real. That shit touched me, what Chase said.
Your
I
brother and your
love that.
they still sleep.
Yeah, Valerie. Well, this is what got me in trouble these past years. As I'm growing in my healing season, I got in trouble by hanging out with different people. Because one thing about me, and I don't know, and I'm gonna say this out loud. I don't know what it is about me, right? But people get attracted to my vibe. I'm not talking about men that want to fuck me. I'm not talking about them. I'm just talking about friends, associates, right? they wanna get with me, hang with me, right? And then sometimes my friends get possessive. Like when I start hanging out with other friends, they be like, "Why you hanging out with other friends? Why you doing so and so? Why you ain't invite me?" And I'm like, "Oh my fucking God, like I can't deal with that. Like I should be able to hang with who the fuck I want to hang with." And so I used to care about shit like that. Now I'm like, "Fuck y'all bitches. I'm going anywhere I want to go and hang with who I want to go." I don't ask nobody else why they don't hang out with me and their friends. Y'all can do what the fuck y'all want. And so I have been branching out too, Valerie. I branch out and I'm meeting new people, doing different things. And some of my old motherfuckers be mad, right? But I'm gonna be honest, I'm growing. I'm expanding. I'm doing a lot of different things. My business, I'm marketing my business, right? I cannot fuck around. I jump around and I meet new people. That's my life. And I love it.
I ain't never experienced no friend that got jealous because I hung out with somebody else.
Men don't do that, Ghost. That's a woman shit.
I was like, I ain't never experienced that.
That's a woman shit. That's a woman shit. Men don't do that petty shit. Men don't give a fuck how many other men friends your friend have, but women, whoa, golly, it's like changing fucking diapers. Like, put your fucking onesie on, bitch. I got more than one friend.
Right, like nah.
Women get like that. Oh my God, you hang out with this person because we like the nude beach and you don't. Like, stay in your lane.
That's it, and we get that. Man, we don't even just think about it like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, he out doing whatever with so and so. Oh, that's what's up, and we going about our business. Or we'll call him and say, man, what you doing? Shit, I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? I had fishing with my partner. Oh shit, that's what's up. Even when you get back.
Period.
Ain't gotta worry about that.
Period. 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 Not women. They'll be like, oh, since you want to hang out with other bitches, fuck you. I ain't your friend no more. You be like, what? So what was our friendship based on? Hanging the fuck out?
Oh man, like bro, I get you got a life outside of me. First of all, I don't want you tied to the hip to me like that, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Go do you. Like you your own human being. What the fuck am I looking at you like that for?
Right. And different friends give you different experiences. The fuck? Like, I might have some friends, y'all hear my mouth, right? I have friends that I start saying shit, pussy. They be like, no, don't say that. Okay, I know I can't invite you out all the time because you're not gonna fuck tell me I can't the fuck say pussy. That's what I say. So I know you the friend that I invite to the foo-foo things where nobody say pussy.
The bougie shit.
Yeah, right? I got to separate my friends because you're not gonna fuck up my moment and my good time because you don't want to hear this or you don't like this person. Women are very fucking catty. And I've never been the woman that's been jealous of none of your friends. You invite me out, you invite your other friends out. Cool, I done met your friends. We had a good time. We roll on. I'm never going to be the bitch to say, why you hang out with so-and-so? Why you take a vacation with so-and-so? Why you...
Man, let me tell you, man, guys got best friends too. But we do shit without our best friend too, with our other friends. Like you know who you can and can't invite to what. You know who gonna fuck with the mood, who ain't, who really into it, who gonna be ready to leave first. You know who everybody is. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, if I know I'm trying to be out here for a minute, I'm not gonna invite the person that's always ready to go.
Thank you.
Stay here. Or
and they don't just be ready to go. They want you to go with them.
Drive your own shit. You want to come, that's cool, but drive your own shit so you can leave when you want to.
Period.
By yourself, because I'm not leaving.
Period. And this is why I don't offer rides. If I drive, I'll be like, no. Because when I'm ready to go and when I'm not ready to go, it's going to be based on me. Mm-hmm. You know? And it's not that I'm being mean, but you know, women, we gotta do better, y'all. Y'all motherfuckers be irritating the fuck out of me. Like, I don't even be wanting women friends no more because y'all be like, fuck, like, leave me alone. What is wrong with y'all? Tunde said, I agree. We see them as parents. And honestly, I think it's a part of the journey as an adult to take them off the pedestal. Honestly, it's a big drop. Wow. You kind of still dehumanize them for me. I'm still on the journey of seeing my mom as a person, but that's because of how she behaves towards me. And I feel like she also has growing up to do. Well, shit, a lot of them, right? A lot of people, I grew up with my son. That's why our relationship was so kind of fucked up, because I raised my son like my buddy. So that when I got to an age and I tried to step into the parent's shoe, there was a lot of disrespect. And I was like, yo, wait a minute. And we had to pull that back. It took some years to pull it back because I raised him so loose, right? Because I was a child. I'm just trying to raise a kid. I don't the fuck know. He was like, wash this little motherfucker, put some pajamas on him, stick a bottle in his mouth, let's go. I was learning every day.
See, it's like they know I show you love all the time. You know, I do shit with you when I can, or if, or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, we can have all the good times in the world, but they know I'm not your friend. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not your friend.
Yeah.
Man, you ain't gonna talk to me like I'm one of your friends. You ain't gonna treat me like I'm one of your friends.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I will cave your shit in.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But
And
that's where,
like,
and somebody on here said that's where the balance of the mother and the father comes in, right? Because the mothers, some of us are soft, right? And then the father will come in and be like, I will cave your shit in.
especially boys. Like the mothers are like attached to their boys and fathers attached to their daughters. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the mama gonna be soft on the boy but tough on the girl. The daddy gonna be soft on the girl but tough on the boy. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Go. You know what I'm saying? And truthfully, you need that balance.
Yeah.
You need that balance.
You do. You definitely do. You definitely do. You know the crazy thing, and I might have mentioned it on here before. I'm still in shock about it that my son is 40 years old, and all of his life, if I mentioned his father, he would chew my head off. He'd be like, "No, I don't want to talk about him. I don't want to talk about him." It got to a point where people used to say he looked like his father, and I'd be like, "Please don't say that to him. Please don't say that to him." Thank God he also looks like my father, so people would just be like, "Oh, he looked like your father." I'm like, "Thank God," because it would trigger my son. And people didn't understand that. And they'd be like, oh my God, he needs to stop. But that's his trigger. So respect his trigger until he heals through it, right? And then I told y'all a couple of weeks ago, he posted something in his story. And he said, damn, I wish my dad was here. The first time ever. This motherfucker is 40. The first time ever he said he wished his dad was here. He wished he can have a conversation with his dad. This is when you know. This is what I'm talking about. You get in your adult stages, right? Your adult mindset. You're going through your own shit. You got your own kids, right? And now you're thinking, damn.
Okay, you start to understand.
Life really fucking lifes.
It
I
do.
miss that motherfucker.
And
I need to have
it flies by. Like you think you got so much time to do certain shit, and you look up and 20 years and pass, you like, ah, damn, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's just because life be happening. Every time you think you about to do something, life hit you with something else to get through. You know what I'm saying? Something else, and then it's just like, it ain't that you will never want to do it. It kind of get pushed to the side so you can survive this next thing that just happened to you.
Exactly. Yeah. And in his case, it's too late, right? His dad is dead, right? He's been dead 30 years.
I mean, but if anything, he can still go to the gravesite and have a conversation with him. You know what I'm saying?
I did suggest that, and I also suggested that he call his grandfather, who's still living, right, which is his father's dad, and have a conversation with him. Maybe go down there, meet up. They both go to the gravesite, something like that. Bridge your gap. Fill that void to the best of your ability. Like I remember, was it Hillbilly on here? Someone on here said that I think it was Hillbilly. They were going to their father's grave to have a conversation with their dad for the first time. I think that's a great idea. Right?
It took me years after his mother passed away to go to her grave, like years.
Why did it take so long? Hurt?
Mm-hmm. Like I've only been once. You know what I'm saying? Like since she passed, I've only been once. You know what I'm saying? He just turned 13, so it's been 12 years now.
Wow. And Chase lives with you full time. Yeah.
Trying to get him putting this school district on this end because they got a football program he want to be in.
Okay. I love it. Well, Chase, I hope to meet you in November.
You will.
Okay.
You will. Yeah. You probably you may end up meeting all three of them.
Oh shit! Come on, all three. Maddie, Chase, and the third one.
King. I'm saying King and Maddox in there still sleep.
Oh, they sleeping.
They
Okay.
still. I was like, yeah, King don't really like people. You
Okay.
know, Maddox 6, King 8, Chase just turned 13 Friday.
Okay, so they right behind each other. I love that. I love that. Cheryl said women feel on different level. If they love you and you'll ride or die. They have human emotions. They could feel as if they are being replaced or left out. That's when y'all communication come in. Mm. The problem with these friends is they seem insecure and don't know other life outside of your friendship, and they are moving out of some trauma-based emotion. That part.
Yeah.
That part. There's a lot of people dealing with abandonment issues, right? They are, right? But the one thing we have to keep in mind is my abandonment issues is not your problem. It's not, right? If you decide to hang out with other people and it triggers me, right? It is my responsibility to manage my trigger. What I would do is have a conversation with my friend, just letting them know how I felt, but letting them know that it's not on them, it's on me.
There you go.
Hey, Peanut.
Hey, Ryan. I just wanted to speak my little piece on the little friend topic with the women and the you can friends. Just in my opinion and my thing on that, I understand both points of view with the emotional thing, but there's like another aspect to it too. Cause like me, a lot of people, if Deb's on here, she'll say like I'm people oriented or like I'm people friendly, but it's like there's a flip side to me too where I really don't like people. I don't like being in crowded spaces. I don't like being around a bunch of people. And then like with how I was brought up or how I came up and with the love or lack thereof, I don't make friends easily. So I do have like a rule where I'll be like, oh, with my friends that I like are my close year-long friends, I'd be like, no new friends type deal. Meaning like don't be being all extra friendly thinking you about to bring everybody together and want everybody to hang and be comfortable type stuff. Cause I might not vibe with everybody, and you gotta be cool with that. Cause it's probably gonna be something you want to go to or something like that, and I'm not gonna want to do that because it's gonna be too many people, or it's not gonna be the type of environment, or it's not gonna be something I might want to do.
Right.
So I, but I do. I on one hand, I do be like, who is this new person? So I am one of them people like no new friends. But like as far as you doing other things with the friends that you shared that you have, I don't care about that. But like when you
Right.
get to hanging around new people, so that's bringing more people into the circle. So
Mhm.
and you don't want your circle too big.
Oh no, now that I agree with 1,000%. That's a whole different. That I agree with 1,000% because I'm gonna tell you no lie, Peanut. I'm kind of sort of like that. Like when you invite me out, right?
You be like, who's gonna be there? Who going? That's one of my questions. Who all gonna be there? Who
Wait
going?
a minute.
I don't mix with everybody. And
And
then
I
like
don't do that to everybody.
and I'm one of the people where like I'm with my mouth, I don't be intentional, but like I'm very straightforward and honest. And if I see something, I'm gonna speak on it, and it may not come out sugar coated, or I'm because I don't take the time sometimes to sugarcoat stuff. Either I'm gonna say it or I'm not gonna say it. And if I
Yeah,
don't want to say it, then you don't want me to say it type stuff.
yeah,
Because most of the time I speak my piece, and
yeah.
so that's I'd be like, who gonna be there? Because I might not, because I don't want to have to worry about having to hold my tongue to walk on eggshells because everybody not comfortable with the way you speak or comfortable with the way you talk. Because I've been told that I could be very abrasive, I guess, in my
Mhm,
speaking and like very
mhm,
standoffish. So
mhm.
you know,
I get it. I get it. And you know what? You know yourself. And so you know exactly
and
what
then people got to know me too, because I'll sit here and now I'll be looking like this and just be looking, and people like, "What's wrong with you? Why your face look like that?" I'm just looking. That's just my face. Like, well, you need to
well,
smile.
don't be
Like, I'm
fucking looking like
smiling.
that in November. What the fuck?
Like, yeah, but for you being that, like, why you look like that? What's wrong with you? Nothing. What smile then? I don't necessarily smile all the time.
Yeah.
Like that ain't really who I am. And like I just but so like sometimes I might have like a resting face on, but I might be thinking about something, or I might not even be registering that. I'm looking some kind of way. I'm like, why your face look like that? I don't know. This is
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I get like that sometimes. Like, I'm a very engaged, out loud type person, right? But if you see me sitting down, chilling, observing, a little quiet, that's because I'm trying to feel the energy out. That means that there's new energy, right? And I'm
Right.
trying to figure out what that new energy is, right? And so I'll sit and I'll chill a bit and I'll marinate in that energy a bit and figure out if I want to be in that energy the next time. But
Right.
I for the most part, the people that invite me out, I already kind of know who they're going to be bringing. But if it's other people that I'm not really familiar with, yes, I will be like, who's going to be there or what? Because I know how I am. I don't have
But
much.
then there's certain people in your group of friends, because I know, like, in the group of friends that I have, or my they'll be like, well, is this person going? Because if this person going, I don't want to go because they're gonna be like this, and I ain't got time because I'm trying to enjoy myself type stuff, and I know with this person I can't, like, I don't mix with everybody in, like, even in my circle. Sometimes, like, it's different occasions, because it'll be like, if it's a big thing, like a special occasion, then everybody's gonna mix and mingle, cool. But if it's like kind of intimate setting, like going out to dinner or
So you
something,
separate your friends.
I separate. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of separate myself from my friends type stuff.
I mean, I do have
I'll be the one not to go type stuff.
I do have friends that separate their friends also, right? Because they don't want to deal with the bullshit that maybe that friend is going to bring. Maybe that friend is going to bring an energy against other friends, or, so I do know people that separate their friends, and that's cool. That's cool. Sometimes you got to separate your friends, and sometimes you got to ask who's going to be in the room, right? So that you can feel comfortable, right? I get all of that. And that's perfectly fine as far as I'm concerned. The thing that irritates my ass is when I get a phone call from somebody that says, why you never invite me out with this person and you? Like, none of my friends, and I invite all you bitches to come on my show. Cause I always be like, come on my show and call me a liar. Right? None of my friends, I have given none of my friends issue. Like, I don't call none of my friends. I have never called not one friend and been like, you don't hang out with me. It's not fair.
See, I'm like that too. Juanita Frederick said, I'm the type of person where you would take me to a function and I don't know anybody there, and by the time the function is finished, I will know a couple of the people that separate friends. I'm kind of like that. Like, I will go places like Deb knows. Fancy will say, because Fancy uses me to network because I'm more people friendly than she is. So she'll take me. I'll go somewhere with her, and I know nobody but her. But branched off, did my part of what I'm supposed to be doing, and be like, okay. But like, it just depends on, like I say, the occasion. Because, like, if I'm there to network, then I know I got to be in that mind frame where, okay, you got to be people friendly, you got to be approachable. But like, if it's just like with intimate, where everyone there, and it's like something where you just going out together, like in a group of friends, or linking up with friends, meeting at one place, then yeah, I'm skeptical about doing that per se with everybody that's in the circle type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then some people you have more fun with, you can relate to more, and they're more on your level. So it's like you might do more with this particular group, or this particular person, or these particular couple of people versus everyone, because you're more relatable in some areas. So it's like it's more there. It doesn't mean like you're less of a friend to this person. It's just,
exactly. Yep.
It's different levels.
Exactly. Like, I literally met Theo through a mutual friend, right? And although me and a mutual friend, we don't communicate anymore, Theo and I'm going to see Theo after I come back from Cancun. You understand what I'm saying? And so Theo and I are in the same age bracket. We enjoy the same things. I love talking to her. And so, that's a friendship, a friend that I met through a mutual friend. that I connected with. It happened.
Well, it depends too, cause I'm still reading the comments. It says I've had people say that if I'm not going to a function, they're not going either. You're not going to a function. Never stop me from going to going somewhere. For
Exactly.
me, it depends because like if I'm inviting you somewhere and you be like, oh no, I don't want to go, then I'm still gonna do what I do type stuff. But if it's like a mutual thing, and I'm like depending on not depending, but I know about this event through you and you not going, oh no, I ain't going either. Like you the one told me, and if you ain't gonna go, I ain't gonna go. Type stuff. But if I'm the one inviting out and you decide you don't want to go, okay, cool, because I'm still gonna do what I plan on doing.
Exactly.
But if it's the other way, if I got invited through you and you not going, then it depends on
That's
what it is. More
different.
likely,
That's
I'm
not
not
your
going.
people. You don't know them. So that's different. Like the event that I went to this weekend, I didn't know anybody. I only knew the person that invited me and the person that we were celebrating, but I didn't know none of the friends. And guess what? We had a fucking good time. Period. I didn't know none of them. And I'm also that type of person. Like I met a population of people during COVID, that I hang with on a regular basis that I didn't know before COVID. Right. And it's funny because during COVID, that's when my anxieties would peak. I was going through, a breakup with my ex, and it was a lot of shit going on. And this young lady met me online and was like, I'm inviting you out. Right. And she invited me out and we've been hanging. This is Maria. We've been to Jamaica together. We've traveled to DC.
Morning, Sai.
We hang out. Good morning, Sai. And Sai is another person I met during the pandemic, right after the pandemic, and we start going outside. And I'm hanging with Sai. And I love her. You know what I'm saying? And Sai invited me to an event and I met other people. And so I love the fact that I can meet new people, like mindsets or whatever. But it irritates my ass when women get jealous over other women hanging out with each other. Stop that. So I called you thickums. Because I know Johnny said, I don't mind meeting new people. That's my friends that my friends have befriended. But if I feel as though I have become the odd man out, I will have a conversation with my friend before I distance myself. What would make you feel like the odd man out, Johnny?
Probably not having anything in common or the conversation type stuff.
Right, like them talking about their experiences that don't really include Johnny. Like that's rude. Like there should be etiquette.
See, me more than likely, I am the odd one out because I'm kind of weird. Like I ain't gonna say I'm weird, I'm quirky, and I am the odd person. Like I'm different from everyone that I am, and I like that. I like not having. I like being the one in the group that's different. So me being the different one or the odd one out in the situation wouldn't make me uncomfortable. It would just be the vibe or the conversation for me because I'm always the odd one out. I'm always the kind of the weird one because I might say some stuff. You be like, hold on, wait a minute, what? Or wait a minute, you're open to what? Wait a minute, you did what? I was like, and it happened, and I'm okay because everything for me, like my life has been a growing experience, like me, period. So like the things that I've lived and the things that I've seen, it groomed me into the person I am, basically. So I am the odd one out, most likely, more often than not. Even with me meeting new people, I'm not gonna have the same background or the same experiences as people. So not necessarily feeling like I'm the odd one out won't necessarily make me not interact with the people because I'm more than likely, more often than not, the odd one out. So that one, I like being different. You call me weird, quirky, different, whatever. You know, it's something you off about you. Okay, cool, and I'm not gonna deny that because it is.
I love that. I love that. I really love that. At least you know who you are. Valerie, I know you love meeting new people. That's how I met your ass. I met Valerie's ass because I was seeing a girl in Buffalo. And I went out to Buffalo and I met Valerie because she was dating the girl I was seeing. Valerie was dating her best friend.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So that's how I met Valerie Wallace, right? And after I wasn't dating the girl no more, Valerie and I stayed friends. You see, she's coming on a trip. So sometimes you meet people and y'all click. And we clicked. She's not dating the best friend no more either. But it's still all love, no hate, all love. But that's how I met Valerie. And when I traveled down to Buffalo, I didn't know nobody. I met the girl through the phone. Like I went out there and I met all of them new. I took a chance. And it was a great experience. So I like meeting new people, but I do not, even though I meet a lot of new people, very few people get indoctrinated into my core. Does that make sense? Like I meet a lot of people, but there's only a small set of people that get the deep part of me, right? Where I unpack some shit that I really want to talk about, right? Because even though you meet all these people and you have all these people in your life, I don't want my business to be gossip among a
Right.
group of people. So I still keep a core that I express my most intimate stuff to. Right, Valerie, I came to your launch party. That's right. When she launched her clothing line, I was right the fuck there. I still wear the jumpsuit I got from you. The fuck? And I've had it a long time. It's too big and shit now, but I still be having it on. Oh, Valerie, I love that. You liked my soul. Love that. I love that. Sometimes you still gotta watch what you fucking say when you're cool.
Mm-hmm.
Juanita, give me an example. Now, Juanita's mouth is vicious. I love her. Her mouth is vicious. I love her though. What do you mean? What do you mean, Juanita? You gotta watch your mouth. Watch what you fucking say. Wait, Dad said me too. It's the little things. In the case of water, carrying it upstairs for me will get you a friend for life, baby. I'm telling you, it's the little things. Like I gotta go to Costco today to get water. And I just dread the fact that I got to get the water, put it in my car, put it in my shopping cart, and pull it the fuck upstairs. And some people be like, damn, that ain't shit, Robin. Fuck y'all. It's a lot. It's a lot. And so, raised from love versus survival, that was the topic today, right? And again, this is more so for those with small children. Oh, hi, Maddie. Good morning.
Oh, you eat seafood?
Wait, who's cooking breakfast? Peanut.
Huh?
See, I like their response. She said, "Who's cooking breakfast?"
Oh,
Peanut.
her dad?
Peanut.
No.
Yeah,
Peanut
see,
not, I ain't gonna lie. Peanut not making no breakfast.
that's what I'm going for.
Y'all
Sounds
better make
good.
breakfast. These kids are up.
Shoot, and they got a daddy. They got a
I
daddy.
guarantee you, King still in there asleep though.
Listen,
He
just
was up
like I know now who I can share different things with. And Juanita, let me tell you something. Sometimes the people that you think are closest in your life are not the people you should be sharing shit with. Because what I've also learned, and oh my God, please forgive me, is that sometimes people close to you don't want to see you win. Sometimes the people closest to you are the ones bucking against you. You got to pay attention to that shit. Okay? Because I got a lot of people that I thought were in my core, and they ain't here. They don't be showing up for me. And so you got to pay attention to that. Good morning, Stacy. Are you recovered? It was Stacy's fucking birthday week last week.
Happy belated.
And so the people that are close to you, you got to watch them motherfuckers too. And let me tell you something. I have lost a lot of people that are close to me because what I realized is that the reason why the relationship stayed together was because I was in people pleasing mode. I was making sure they had what they need. They were happy. you know. But then when I stepped into the room and I was like, fuck that, I got needs too. This is what I need. This is what I need to make me happy. The relationship didn't work. It seemed one-sided. The other reason why I lose people is because I'm an outgoing person. I meet new people. I like doing different things. I like to travel. I can't fucking help it that some of my friends are broke. I'm broke too, right? But instead of going out and buying, I got a population of friends that claim broke, claim they in debt or whatever the fuck may be. But every time I turn around, they got new Louis Vuitton bag, a new Gucci something. And I'm like, you're deciding to go into the Louis Vuitton store and spend $3,000 for a bag. I'm deciding to spend $2,500 for a fucking trip. That's what I decided to do, right? And so I got friends that'll be like, I can't support your trip because it's too expensive. But then they'll text me and be like, I'm in the Gucci store. You want something? No, bitch. No. Right? You know, and so I'm broke too. But I don't go into the Gucci store. I don't go into Louis Vuitton. I used to. I have a closet full of the shits, but my life is different. So right now, I want to travel. Fuck a Gucci bag. Fuck a Louis Vuitton bag. Fuck a Chanel bag. I want to fucking get on a plane. I want to travel. I want to live fucking life. I could throw a crossbody bag on and get the fuck on. Right? And my friends, some of my friends just ain't there. And so what does that mean? I meet new people that are like-minded and that are trying to do the shit that I'm trying to do. And then my old friends get mad. But what y'all mad at? Lola Bunny said reality for people pleasers. When you stop pleasing, you'll see who's really your friend and have your back.
Damn, I'm telling you.
Mother,
That's
damn it. Listen, Deb, bitch. I'm gonna see your whole face.
Where to flip on that one. I'm a
What?
great friend. I'm just not friendly. Man, I'm loyal. I'm a good ass friend. I'm just not friendly. I ain't friends with everybody. But I'm a great friend.
Listen. When you stop people pleasing, amen. What else they say? What they say in Muslim? Allah Madula, whatever the fuck, whatever it is, amen. Because when I stopped people pleasing, motherfuckers dropped off the face of my earth. And I was like, why? Because I'm not available all the time? Because I can't do something for you? Because I'm putting me first? And I said this on the show before. I said, motherfuckers will turn around and tell you, put yourself first. Do what makes you happy. Live your life. Then when you do what makes you happy, you live your life, you put yourself first, motherfuckers be like, you selfish.
the problem all of a sudden.
How the fuck am I selfish? By putting myself first. Definitely family as well, Stacy. How am I selfish putting myself first? You said put myself first, but then you turn around and you call me and go, but what about me? What about you? And that's not me being insensitive, but damn it, you cannot tell people to put yourself first and do what makes you happy. And then when they do that, and maybe it doesn't include you, you get mad. See, we got this shit all twisted. When you tell motherfuckers, do what makes you happy, be who you are authentically, that means even if you're not included in their life, you got to be okay with that. It shouldn't be do whatever makes you feel happy as long as I'm included and as long as I'm first. That don't work like that.
Self-care is definitely not being selfish. And even if it is, who cares?
Who gives a fuck?
Straight up, who cares?
Oh, Maddie, listen, y'all know the kids in my mouth. Maddie, right? Selfish is not selfish. Listen, Michelle, I cannot do that. Michelle, that's the one thing I cannot do that. There's a child present. Watch your language. You know, listen.
Look what y'all just said, though.
Fuck. Oh! That part, y'all. Maddie ain't paying us no mind. Wait, y'all said, I saw a meme that said, I'm tired of looking like my bills come first. I felt that, baby. Right. I'm still trying to figure out how to come before my bills. I'm still trying to figure out how to come before my bills because damn it, when rent come around, I'll be like, what the fuck? Like, yo, I keep saying I'm going to sell feet pictures. I keep saying I'm going to sell feet pictures, but I'm too damn lazy to keep taking pictures of my feet. Because you got to do all kind of shit. You got to pour olive oil on your feet. You got to put bubble bath and shit on your feet. You got to hang jewelry on your feet. You got to do all kind of shit, like rub them shits together with some soap or some shit. You know, these feet fetish people, they want to see you doing shit with your feet. Right. So I said, Ghost, go put on Dora for Maddie.
They gotta watch no Dora the Explorer at all.
Listen, Sai, that's like bringing a child. It reminds me when we went, my girlfriend and I went to an all-adult resort in Cancun, Temptation Island. Okay. We went in Temptation Island and they overbooked. And so they had to send us to another hotel for the night. They sent us to the family division for the night. Okay. I said, how you gonna send me to the family hotel for the night? I didn't pack no bathing suit tops and all I got are thongs. I'm not buying a new bathing suit. This is not my problem that y'all overbooked. I booked to be at Temptation Resort with no top on the whole vacation. They were like, okay, we're gonna put you at the family resort just for one night. They put our fucking hotel room all the way at the end, at the beach. So that our room, we had the sliding doors, you could walk right out on the beach. Me and my girlfriend went out there and laid out with our thongs. And kids was coming by. My girlfriend said, close your eyes. Act like you don't see that motherfucking kid. And that's what we did. The fuck? I'm just saying.
She said she gonna get her OnlyFans so people can watch her sleep.
That's a good one, Valerie. That's a good one. I'm still stuck on. I keep saying I'm gonna sell my toes.
Man.
I got cute feet. I'm gonna sell these fucking toes.
And I feel like it's some real green, lame ass dudes out there that'll pay a subscription to watch you sleep.
They do on TikTok.
That shit is sad. Like these boys really paying money to look at feet. Like, but if you don't just type feet, the word feet into Google and let that shit run, like what the fuck is wrong with you?
Don't be messing up our monies. Shut up, Ghost. Don't be messing up our fucking monies. Okay? But on TikTok, there are people that sleep and be live while they're sleeping. There's two sets. There's people who live in their cars that let it run and people watch and send them gifts and money and shit like that. And one day I said, why y'all on here watching this motherfucker sleep in the car? They said they do it for security. Because while they're sleeping, if somebody come rob them or whatever, it's on camera. But there's also a population of people that go live sleeping. Wait, let that shit run. Stacey, don't feed into Ghost. Fuck that. He gonna mess up our feet.com page.
No, Lord.
Wait, stop.
You can go on Instagram and type in #feet, and I guarantee you a bunch of toes will come up.
It ain't the same. Shut the fuck up, Ghost.
I mean, I
Don't
don't
mess up
understand
our
why
money.
dudes are paying for stuff that they can't touch.
Listen, feet.com. You download the app. They paying like $5 for a foot pick. I bet you if I throw some honey on there and put and flick my feet around, they might pay $10 for a pick. The fuck?
Man, say.
Listen, there's people out there with foot fetish. When I go live on TikTok, you know how many men be like, can I see your toes? I be like, When I go on feet.com, I'll let you know. These feet.
Last time I go outdoor without that negativity.
So I said, go watch Dora with all that negativity. Backpack.
I mean, you know, if you find you a fool, you know, get him because he deserves to be got. But I don't understand it, man. I don't see how dudes pay for foot videos, foot pictures. I don't see how dudes pay for pussy. Like I I just don't like.
Everybody pays for pussy. One
Nah,
way or another, you paying for it.
nah, I may pay for a comfortable area, but I ain't pay for no ass. Because when you do, cause once I get my nut, you gotta leave. I don't. You know what I'm saying? This mine. You know what I'm saying? You gotta leave. I still got about 45 minutes on this clock.
I'm fucking dead.
you
So you gonna kick her out the 4 hour spot?
gotta go. What you
Wait
still
a
here
minute.
for?
So you gonna rent a hotel for 4 hours and then you gonna kick her out the spot?
Bro, what you still here for?
Y'all laid up doing the nasty.
And guess what? The nut has happened. Why are you still here? It's
So
time
you
to
took him
go.
out?
It's time to go. I'm not
Damn.
laying up with you. This ain't no cuddle session now, bitch. It's time to go.
So you don't cuddle. You all right? You can't. You mad? So you just gotta fucking
I
go.
don't do none of that.
You
That
just
that
fucking
shit
go.
there is misleading. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's misleading. I don't want you to like me like that because I don't like you like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. No.
Damn. See, I'm fucked up in the game. See, that's why I can't be going around just fucking because I can't. I be needing to be cuddled. I be needing to put on me. I be needing all. I'm very needy like that. That's why I can't go around fucking. That's why I'm telling you, I've never had a one night stand. I don't do shit like that. Like I go. Listen, we get background noise.
Oh my bad. That
We
fucking with
um we get in. I go out and I enjoy the energy and shit like that. But I gotta get to know you because I can't be doing them like I be scared. Like people be like, oh, it's just fuck. Y'all fuck for the night and keep going. You ain't hugging and shit. Nope. I be all courting, and then when it gets you on mute now.
I don't say that's weird, Valerie. Like that's weird. That's some weird shit.
Mm. He probably that one. Remember that man that was sneaking in people's windows, sticking his tongue in people's booty holes or something like that, or sucking their toes. Remember that was in the news. He was climbing through people's windows, licking their booty holes. And
I,
I'm like, how you lick a booty hole? Because as soon as you open my crack, I'ma feel it. How you get your whole tongue on somebody's asshole?
um,
First of all, somebody sneak in
that's
my house.
dog. That's now. What if they didn't take a shower that night? What if they came in from work super late and just crashed across the bed? Like nigga, you licking a funky, sweaty, shitty ass, my nigga.
First of
Like
all, I got one
you
better than
deserve
you.
all that, and I hope he fart in your mouth at the same time.
I got one better than
Nasty
you.
ass.
I shower before bed all the time, and I'm still sweaty because I have
What you
menopause.
mean
So if you want
now?
to open up the crack of my ass and lick my ass after I've had a night of menopause,
Like they knew who he was and they still allowed him to be a cute dog.
exactly. You say he a cute
Ooh,
dog now? Hold up. Not
damn,
the
nigga,
guy
look.
who was licking people booty holes.
Oh man.
Not the guy who was licking the booty holes. He's a cute dog now.
I bet that boy tongue spotted like a child. Just dark spots everywhere. Little
But see, this is the
nasty shit.
thing. Why did you have to climb through people's windows to lick their booty hole? Like so many people be wanting their ass licked. Like all you had to do was just go out and fuck somebody and ask them to lick their ass. Nobody gonna say no.
Oh, the guy that used to watch you. Oh, okay, he a cute
Oh,
dog.
the guy who used to watch you in the bed. He's a cute dog
I
now.
wonder.
That's
Oh Lord,
that's
nah, I
perverted
don't.
though.
I
I
don't.
agree, Stacy. That's perverted. Don't watch me while I sleep. That's some ghetto shit.
No, that ain't ghetto. That's weird. That's some
Yeah.
weird shit.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? Not like as your significant other. I mean, there may be times I may just watch you sleep only because you look so peaceful. You know what I'm saying? You beautiful in your sleep, but all that nigga, I'm watching you because like that's some shit that turned me on. Fuck no, fuck no. Like I just like you know what I'm saying. The fact that you look like you at peace. You know what I'm saying? Like you good, you happy. You know what I'm saying? You straight. Like you don't look like you sleep, like you stressed out, like you tossing and turning. You ain't doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? You look like you like it made me a moment like that, but on some nigga, I'm gonna climb on the dumpster to look through your window to watch you sleep. Nah, that's going a little too far.
Wait, but Valerie, how did you bust him? How did you know he was doing that? Did I miss that?
That boy's hitting you with some Clarissa explains it all shit. Boy, I had a ladder climbing up to your window.
I never had no ladder climbed up at my window. Pat said, what lights me up is when I walk in a room and people light up with a smile and say, "Hi, Pat. Hi, Auntie. I'm glad you're here." That part is nice. I like that too. Theo said, "Here's a simple example of the difference in what I experienced from my parents. I remember walks with my dad, holding his hand, going to visit my grandmother versus my mom, bringing me cupcakes home." That's a nice memory. I don't remember holding my dad's hand ever. Ever. I remember holding my mom's hand. I remember holding my grandmother's hand. I don't really remember holding my father's hand. We never walked down the street together.
I gotta make me some coffee, so you just gonna have to walk with me.
As long as you got drawers on, the fuck?
I mean, you think I'm gonna be around my kids, peanut and outside the garage?
With drawers on? Yeah. Oh,
No,
I meant shorts. I meant shorts, not just drawers.
of course.
Um, I love that, Theo. I don't have all those memories, not with my dad anyway. I mean, I remember my dad being there, but I always had to come to him. He might have came to me once or twice. It was crazy because my mother was going through some old pictures, and she had a picture of me and my dad at my sixth grade graduation. Do you know that I didn't even remember that shit? I admitted to you guys on my last show that I had so much trauma in Queens that I don't even remember a lot of shit that happened in Queens. I don't really remember my graduations. I don't really remember people's faces. People remember me, but I don't remember them. Trauma is fucked up. And so maybe it's because I wanted to forget everything that had occurred in Queens. And when I left, I kind of just left all that shit there. And so when she was going through the pictures and I saw the picture of me and my dad, I was like, wow, he was at my graduation. What? I don't even remember that. Crazy. That is so crazy. Like, what happened to my memories? Right, Shirley, that part. That fucking part. Some of y'all missed what Chase said. But that shit brought a little tear to my eye. I said that. When Chase jumped on here and said he watched his dad be a dad and is still watching his dad be a dad. And I mean, the way he articulated that shit, it touched me. Because I would love to see more kids hear more children express, hey, Maddie, express how they feel, And that's it, and that's all. I know, Sai, and so I think that's what has happened to me. Chase is the little boy in the back. Chase, can you come here? This is Chase. This is Ghost's oldest son. Maddie is the middle child or the youngest? The youngest. Maddie is the youngest. So Chase, as the oldest son, came on camera and expressed how he felt about his dad being a dad. And this is
What about King?
I can't.
What about King?
King ain't here.
Yes, he is.
Not on the camera, he's not.
He's still asleep.
He stayed up all night.
Yep. So with that, y'all, isn't that beautiful, Sai? And so I love and appreciate that. I do. And so, I mean, guys, it is almost 10 o'clock. I'm going to move to ending my show because I do have a meeting that's coming up that I need to prepare for. But we started out with July, well, we know July is the month of understanding. And what we read today for July 10th, I'm gonna have to mute you for a minute, Maddie. And what we talked about on July 10th was I will gain more understanding when I realize little creatures can teach me big lessons, right? And the lesson from that is it talked about the mouse and the mouse being able to squeeze through little holes, being able to see things bigger creatures can't see, that the ability to get out of tight things or whatever the case may be, and the ability to pay attention to detail, right? And so they use that as a metaphor to explain how we as adults, right, need to navigate through life. Pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to detail, right? Learn how to maneuver in your life, right? It's the small things. And so that was what we read from the positive thought. And then we got into the question of being raised from love versus survival, right? And sometimes there's a combination of that, right? So being raised out of survival does not mean that there was an absence of love, right? But sometimes the love is shown through, you know, your acts of service, providing, caretaking for your children. But as children, they don't necessarily always see it that way, right? Like my son in his 20s, I explained to y'all, we had a big argument and he said to me, he didn't feel loved. He didn't get the hugs. He didn't hear, I love you. But meanwhile, I'm defending myself saying, but I worked. I kept the roof over our head. I did this. I did that. I provided for you. Kids don't care about none of that, right? My son needed, I love you. That's what he needed. Maybe another kid didn't need that, but he expressed to me he needed words of affirmation. He needed physical affection from his mother. That's what he needed. And I didn't find that out until he was in his late 20s when he cried in front of me in the middle of a big argument and I hugged him. And that was the moment for me that our relationship started to evolve and take a different turn, right? Because sometimes we as parents get into the mode, especially single parents, mother or dad, we get into the mode of providing, making sure there's a roof, making sure there's food, making sure they got clothes, making sure they got shit that they need, men and women, that sometimes we forget the simple things, affirmations. Us as adults, we are consciously reminding ourselves as adults to put in your affirmations. Motherfuckers are writing little notes as adults, sticking them on their mirror to remind you to tell yourself you love yourself, right?
Right.
People are saying, make sure you wake up in the morning and you say you're grateful and what you're grateful for, and stand in front of that mirror and say, I'm somebody, I'm beautiful, I'm strong, right? These are the very affirmations that our children are looking for from us, that us as adults are learning to give ourselves in many cases, because some of us didn't receive it, but not on purpose. I know my mother loved me, right? But when you're a single parent, you have no choice sometimes but to be outside, working, providing. And sometimes something is missed in the household, and we turn into adults that are absent of this affection, that are absent of providing these affirmations. And it's not on purpose, it's what we've grown accustomed to, right? And these are the things that I say we have to unlearn, right? And relearn healthier ways of being so that we can have healthier relationships. That's it, and that's all. We got a lot of unlearning to do. So if you got people in your life that are walking around like, this is how I am, fuck it, accept it or leave it, toxic. Because if you decided that you stopped growing, you're not for me, because I'm still fucking growing. And I'm going to grow right past your ass. I'm going to be growing until they throw dirt on my ass. There's so much for me to unlearn and relearn. I'm 56. And I got years of unlearning to do still. Right?
Yep.
So I'm just saying, y'all, we get on this show and we talk about a lot of shit, but the one main goal is to work on yourselves in a positive way. One thing that I always say is start your day out with love, right? You don't know me. I jump on TikTok and I go live and I be like, y'all don't know me. I don't know you, but I'm starting out with love, right? There's a population of people that jump on social media and attack me. They'll say, oh, whose grandmother are you? Or you're too old to do this, but you don't even know me. But you're showing your toxic self by coming at me. Yes, I am somebody's grandmother. That should be a proud thing. That is nothing to disrespect somebody over. A lot of motherfuckers don't know their grandparents, don't like their grandparents. But some people make that a negative thing.
It's a blessing to live long enough to be somebody's grandparent.
Thank you. Right? And so when people jump on your social media page and they come out with this shit, you know, my saying to them is, one, I mute them so they can shut the fuck up. They can still see my show, but they'll shut the fuck up. Right? And then I tell them, I'm going to pray for you and your toxic ass. That's it. Got to be willing to change. Got to be willing to grow. Got to be willing to be a healthier you. None of us are perfect, but there's a population of people that'll tell you that they are. Run from them motherfuckers.
Thanks.
Okay? And with that, y'all, I'm out. But y'all know 30 more fucking days before Cancun, y'all. 30 more days. Get your shits together because my bathing suits, y'all gonna be sick of me. Y'all gonna be sick of me. Bathing suits. Y'all gonna be sick of me. That's it, and that's the fuck all. And with that, y'all, you know what I say. Wake up, start out with love. Leave that negative shit behind, but work through it. Okay? But don't put your negative shit on somebody else. Let's be better. All right? And with that, I'm going to send y'all out. Have a great day, Stacey. With that, I'm going to send y'all out because no matter how low, you can still what?
Even when you feel low, you can still go.
Hey.
Even when you feel slow, you can still go.
What?
Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo. Go, go, go. Hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave.
Hey.
Through the system, I don't wanna be a slave.
I've been doing shit my way or the highway. What?
The driveway is a nice
Hey.
climb, I invite pain. You never hear me, bitch, nah, I'm a
Get this message, y'all.
switching, you can go and obtain
Anything you want, anything you need.
your mind's got the key ingredients.
What?
Better see it with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy.
Even when you feel
low, you can still go.
and you can.
When you feel slow, you can still go.
And you can.
There's no hope, you can still go.
Yep.
I never answer to no, man, I still
And I don't.
go.
This is Coffee with Friends. And I am raw to the bone. Peace, y'all. I'm out.
You got a mind, but even that could change. You can flip the gray matter like some batter in the brain.
Hey.
That's why I say,
Fake it till you make it, eh?
And if you play that game, then you just might make a change.
Hey.
Rearrange, I'll be bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. I'm repeating in your brain till you're feeling no more pain.
What?
Never slow yourself down.
You could do some more.
Push that start pain and you find
Come on, y'all.
Open it up and finally explore everything that you got. You can never give it all.
Hey.
And even when you feel low,
You can still go.
even when you feel slow, you can still go.
Yes.
Even when there's no hope, you can still go.
I never answer to no, man. I still go. Bye, y'all. Peace.